Greetings. Okay. I guess I could put a different title here in this. The Titanic is sinking, or the Titanic 2 is lost, which is kind of strange how that becomes like the main headline around the world. It's kind of strange there. Because Haiti is imploding, and you would probably not hear that from anywhere. So there's some kind of media blackout going on with it. But anyway, we're going to the beginning of all. So Anunnaki energies, shapeshifters, or that comes to mind. They're not being too clear. I guess I could have had a different connection there. Well, I had a different angle with them. I would just leave it at that. Of course, many are giving the Anunnaki a lot of credit for their problems or whatever, blame game or whatever it is. And sometimes that is justified. But one thing is true. Now, some people here are definitely connected to the Anunnaki for sure. There are others that are connected, but yeah, I did get kicked out of their groups. Sometimes a good thing, but others are. I just get this vibe some aren't that well liked by the Anunnaki, but they still try to get close to them. Like, oh, I'm a representative of the Anunnaki, when they really aren't. And just being manipulated or possessed by some kind of creature or whatever it might be. So, yes, the other thing is soul possession is pretty common, just not talked about. Of course, some people probably have parents that have been possessed, or brothers and sisters possessed. So, which is a real thing. So, yeah, it's all in the eyes, you can say. Well, yeah, somebody can, or a person can sell themselves out at a young age, and yeah, their eyes get black or blackened in some ways, and yeah, they just like the dark side. So, and that's a version of being possessed. I know it's supposed to be about shape shifting. But either way, it's about possession instead. Speaking about possession, Haiti is known for what's it? The zombies. I guess that's where it originated from. Jeez, but there's an actual. I mean, Hades just breaking down, just falling apart completely, and you would not hear that anywhere. And I haven't paid too much attention with it recently, but just getting worse and worse there. And there was a hurricane on the way. Looking forward to that. So it's just amazing how, and you have the United Nations, you have these other groups that can, yeah, it's just funny. You hear about this whole Titanic that's been lost, and yet Haiti, not a word. So this whole Titanic thing, that's, I guess it was just a tourist attraction. They went down to look at the Titanic. It's pretty expensive to get a ticket to do that too. It's only for rich people, and they're probably not. I don't know. They're probably not alive anymore, but who knows? Probably not. There was a current underwater that took them, and I don't know if they're even alive anymore. It's hard to say, but not that it matters anyway. Well, it's the main headline, and usually that's some kind of manipulation going on. And also the Smithsonian energies, the Smithsonian Museum. Of course, not that they're hiding anything that's connected to the elite families, and yeah, of course I think I saw somebody like they have a drag show or something like that. So as they put the hammer to the U.S. as the coffin to kill the U.S. I don't know if that's a true thing there. Let's see. I think that, yeah, whatever. And there's Washington, D.C. Whatever. Yuck. Whatever. Yeah. So yeah, as America implodes, but yeah, the Smithsonian energies definitely. Yeah, there's definitely a cover up there for sure. I was, I don't know. I did get like an Atlantean energy. They know about it. I don't know if they're going to talk about it publicly though. Not that they have artifacts, but they might have some knowledge of it. Something like that. Like somebody think they're the good guy, you know, with archaeology from the past, and find out that Smithsonian is the villain. That's the thing, also too. If the aliens ever do show, if they ever do, well, obviously they're here, but abducting everybody. But if they did land here, obviously they'd be bad ones, probably loved by everybody. And you have the good guys, and you'll just know who's the bad guy and who's the good guy. What they say anything is another story. So, you have these spiritual teachers, the podcasters, and don't you think these, you might be lying to yourself they're doing the right thing. But, these alien beings, like, yeah, we know you guys are corrupt. So, yeah, it just gets complicated. Very complicated. So I don't know if the aliens are going to show up. As long as they have a bulletproof vest, they might survive. You never know. I mean, there is a timeline for that to happen eventually. It doesn't mean it's going to be in our lifetime, but eventually, because we have to evolve somehow. Doesn't mean it's for the better. It's just, so, I don't know. Then we have to go into a higher. You don't have to go to a higher version of Earth either. You just they just show up here, and hopefully they don't go insane. So get canceled or something like that, or what kind of nonsense we're going through. I know this place is hilarious. This is I'm retired comedy private sessions. They have the scheduler and the shop here. The webinar, the social network behind the scenes, and the archive. I'll probably try to update that one of these days. Not that this is going to show anything. Oh, this is Smithsonian stuff, but we'll go to Haiti first. So I just do Haiti. There's a little bit on Haiti. Terminal in Haiti. Where's the outrage? And you go to it, and then it's like you got to pay to read it. It's like there's just not much. There's just not much to talk about. Okay, yeah, the Sun has probably the most. Yeah, it's a British thing. They have. Jeez, it's not pretty. But yeah, definitely the demonic realms. It's like a war zone, but you would never know that. You would have no clue. There's not a word said anywhere. It's gross. Of course, you hear about this Titanic thing. This is the big thing now. Yeah, they probably didn't survive though. But it is called the Titanic too. I'm pretty sure it's called the Titanic. No. Maybe anything with a Titanic name probably should not have that name. I think it's called the Titanic too. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, 5 on board. Yeah, I think it's called the Titanic. Okay, I'm not going to go too much into this. Yeah, I think that's the Titanic too, if I remember right. It doesn't matter. But yeah, the Smithsonian. It's like the Disneyland of the past. It's telling you what they want you to know. It's their version of history, and you're damn right they're hiding a bunch of stuff. So, maybe they're hiding everything. You know, it definitely has an elitist energy connected to it. Oh boy. So, mind control is connected to it. I don't know. One day we'll figure it out. Okay, all right, we're going to Anunnaki energies. Interesting. I did pick up Anunnaki. I did Anunnaki the moon energy, and that's what I think I got. That's when I got the unpleasant visit the next day from the Greys. Yeah, something about the Anunnaki and the moon. So there's that. Obviously, in the fourth dimension, not going to appear here physically. Could they? Like any of them, they can. Maybe they just do it to show off. Interesting. I get a Middle Eastern energy. Tall. They're always tall, like 8 feet tall. It's like, holy shit. Yeah. They're just kind of like Arabic, but also like a little bit of African. Obviously, it's not all of them. It's just some of their energies, of course. Because that's the one that's around right now. Bug. And just forget it. Okay. All right, the cats are here just taking it easy, especially on my feet. Come over here and nibble on my foot. I'm trying to concentrate. It's like I'm getting little bites on my feet. It's like I can't think that way. So, all right, we're going to Anunnaki energies. Going to Haiti. What's going on there? Yeah, they say it's a demonic energy. It's like, yeah. It's almost demonic? No, it is demonic. They definitely open up the portals to the lower dimensions, no doubt. And I guess no one wants to stop it or heal it or just go there and die and try to do something. Yeah, it's not looking too good there. And Smithsonian frequency. So, Jesus. So, yeah, the Smithsonian is basically like the elite Illuminati energy. No surprise there, right? So, all right, blessings. Greens with Anunnaki. Yes, there are groups. I believe we spoke about this before. Yeah, groups have been kicked out. Well, they try to corrupt Anunnaki, trying to make it their own. And it's not we're not a perfect race, but they do see what we're capable of and try to take credit. So there's a lot of manipulation going on. Just like anything else. Like you become good at something and then someone tries to copy it, take advantage of it, or try to shift the narrative. Now, us aliens showing up here physically is not likely to happen. Not that we can't. It's just it's our responsibility to our own race. If we show up, we can also take our own race down. Not completely, but it can add a lot of stress to us. And yeah, we can also easily lose some of our family for sure, depending because you see the corruption here on Earth. Now realize also we can also show up and tell you how all the manipulations here operate. Some will believe us, many won't. Many have no idea what we are and be absolutely afraid of us. And we can just appear as neutral and just with no agenda. And obviously, someone will find a reason to want to get rid of us. So, there's always alien groups that talk about being part of disclosure. And, they're trying. How far they gain is another story. A lot of them are afraid to come here physically. Well, to make an appearance, they're actually terrified of the place. Yeah, some of them connect to governments for whatever reason. They have some kind of agenda. If they're connected to the government, it doesn't mean they have the best vibration about them. But they have learned, I mean, this is how, I mean, they're always going to connect to somebody, just in secret. So the governments is, I mean, the people that deal with only is like a small group. It's not billions of people. I mean, it might be affecting it. And those, like the Zetas that are causing trouble here, they're getting karma for everything that they're doing here. I mean, some of them are just, I mean, this is how you learn. They're not doing themselves any favors. I mean, I think they're already bizarre looking now. Now they're getting worse. So it's like, many here become spoiled with money, but yeah, as they're also spoiled with power. And the Zetas are spoiled with knowledge. Maybe too much knowledge. They can't handle it. They think that knowledge is all that matters. They're trying to figure themselves out too. Just because you're an alien doesn't mean you understand yourself. Doesn't mean you healed yourself. Doesn't mean anything. They can have the same problems as you, not exactly, but the same insecurities, just in their own way. So in Anunnaki Anunnaki, we took on the human journey the same as you. It's just we're a different kind of human. Yes, we do have different versions of us. You can believe us or not, it doesn't really matter. A lot of people hate us with good reason. We have slave planets also. Some of you have been there. Now, the slavery of your world is not necessarily, you can say we contributed to it. And the financial part of it, a lot of it is to ground society. Well, it's basically because humans in the past, yes, were abusing but not everybody, but enough of them were causing trouble here where it's like you had to now support yourself on the land. You can't just go around and do whatever you feel like anymore. So it kind of put a hold on, it kind of restrained the planet, human race, to stop being such a pain to everyone else. I mean, yes, you're misusing abusing its power basically. And so now you have to work and provide for yourself. So it gave you something to do. Instead of just having high energy and being easily corrupted. A lot of that is Atlantean rooted, of course. Atlanteans took it to a whole nother level. So it became more human, and all their insecurities came in and just couldn't do it. They couldn't be human. Now, they were technically human, but non-human, alien human. But as it became more human with your DNA, it's like, what have we just done to ourselves? Now we're insecure. Now we're, paranoid. Now we're delusional. And we're lost more than ever before. So, obviously, there's more to that story. The Greeks don't really. Yeah, the Greeks are kind of bitter towards the Atlanteans. I mean, a lot of humans have been human better than the Atlanteans can be human. So the Atlanteans are like wealthy people that just lost their minds. That's another way of looking at it. Had all these, all this power. Yeah, kind of like your royalty race. So, as for shape shifting, of course. Well, we shape shift out of your dimension. Once again, as for disclosure, I mean, there might be like third eye sightings, like in your mind. As for physical, no time soon. But some of you know we're around. Us appearing is possible though for some of you. Brings me the consciousness of Haiti. Yes, there's a double energy there. Yes, Well, you can say why it's being ignored is it's kind of terrifying there at this point. Uh, at this point, it's like no one knows what to do with it. Not that you need to think too deeply into it either. Yes, focus on your own lives, but Haiti just shows darkness does exist here. And it shows, yes, how the hell realms operate. For those of you that want to see it, you don't have to look too deep into it, but it just shows that there are portals to the lower dimensions. And they have a place here. They're showing how powerful they usually try to show that they're more powerful than the light. And the light ignores it, and then it consumes the light. Not that it will, but there's just a lot of fear around them how to deal with it. It's like basically kind of like a bunch of wild animals at this point in human form. So for some of you that want, yes, we don't recommend anyone going there unless you really know what you're doing. But it's good to observe it from a, yeah, it's just, there's just a lot of, you know, agendas of not wanting to get involved. And of course, the land is being looted also by the wealthy, some of them at least. So we feel like there will be some intervention eventually, though, quietly, though. Yeah, I just want to keep, it's like a quiet war, sort of. Most of the world's not paying attention to it. Oh, yes, this whole Titanic, this whole ship that sunk. Yes, it's a diversion. You could say it was deliberately done, you could say. There's no way to prove anything, but there was, from what we see, someone behind it that caused that trouble. That's something that you would see in like a TV show or something like that. You'll probably never hear about it publicly, though. So, what's this? Agrees with it. Smithsonian energies. You can say is similar to like the Vatican, also feeling like society can't handle certain information. Of course, there are agendas where society doesn't deserve to know anything about itself. Technically, you can have a museum just about alien abductions or ufology in general, of the right information, of course. Obviously, has been hidden for obvious reasons. But there is an alien energy behind the Smithsonian too. Some of it's Anunnaki. There's different groups involved with it. Well, it's just basically, yeah, the Smithsonian is telling your Earth's story with their version of it and trying to make it look nice and friendly and air conditioned and all the spice. And probably most of it is most likely wrong. Where's the galactic connection? Where there's you, the humans, it's your history. You are galactic beings. Some of you are just like, I'm just going to live on Earth. I'm not going to go out to space. But some of you are astronauts yourself. You just don't remember. So this is so yes, you don't have to contribute everything to the aliens, but you are a part of it. You are an extension of a alien race of humans. So you do have ancestors that are off world. They're not going to say who they are, though. They're not Anunnaki either, though. But you can connect to it's like reactivating your DNA, which you are slowly doing. Well, the other thing is not to let something like a Smithsonian or anything like that tell you what to do or tell you. I mean, it's nice that yes, it's free will to think an alternative reality. There's a lot of work in keeping your narrative, the story, the way it is, because it keeps you at a vibrational level of control. Now, most of society is not that advanced anyway. They couldn't break out. They can't break. Most of them can't get out of a box. They're putting one like a paper box or anything like a. I think you understand where we're getting at. And why would they? And that's the level they're at. But some of you have been through a great deal. You've been through everything. And you just know the story. You can handle breaking the rules, and just saying this is all a bunch of lies and so on. And not that anybody will take it seriously. Well, there will be those that will. They're not going to say anything though. They just want to make, yeah. This society is so underdeveloped, and that's normal. They haven't been. Not everybody's been through all these experiences. I mean, they've had experiences, but some of you, like, you go deep. Like, you do things that you're not supposed to. But those numbers are low compared to the rest of society. Yeah, some might be. They feel like they're edgy by like smoking a cigarette or something, or driving fast or whatever, taking some kind of drug, and say they're rebellious. It's like, that's nothing. Yeah, it's conquering a planet and doing ungodly things. That is more. Most are not hate capable of that, even if they thought it. They can't even come up with that thought, let alone doing it. So, not to say all of you have had, horrible incarnations in your past, but we're just saying that some of you have gone a lot deeper than others. So you have a more understanding kind of what's happening here. And so basically the wise here, of course, they're going to keep, well, it's like, I mean, the beings here, they feel like they're kind of like a parent of society, but they realize they're kind of full of themselves. They're just waiting for somebody to call them out. Not that it's going to get anywhere. But, giving other, society an alternative will help more activations. So, alternative Earth history, what some of you tapped into, and there's several versions. But that's healthy if you do it right. Would just leave you with that though.